In today's video, I'm sharing things I don't buy. Now, maybe I don't buy them to save money. Maybe I don't buy them because I feel like they don't add value to my life. Or maybe they're choices I'm making to be a little more intentional or even like more sustainable. So if you're looking for ways to simplify your life, maybe spend less money or minimize what's in your home, this is the video for you. Let's jump right into it with books and magazines. I mean, I don't know if people still buy magazines, but I don't buy books. The last time I bought a book for myself, man, might have been Harry Potter or Twilight, for crying out loud. I don't buy books. I do enjoy reading though, not as much as I did before having children, but I don't buy books. I don't buy them for myself or my children. We use our library and we use it a lot. We have a great system there. There's actually multiple libraries that are connected. I can do an app on my phone, pick the book I want. They will ship it to that library and they put it specifically in an on hold area. So when I walk in the library, I can go straight to a section that has my hold books, and it can be adult books, children's books, it can be DVDs, whatever you're getting. And it makes going to the library so stinking easy. Okay. I love doing that. My kids get to go play. I'm not having to walk around the whole library trying to find different titles and like where they are. I do it all from my phone at home. Go there and just simply pick it up. Love the library. Random toys on outings. So when I go to Walmart, Target, anywhere for that matter, my kids don't get a souvenir. They don't bring something home like, oh, you've been good today. No, we don't do random toys. Doesn't happen. Decor, especially decor for holidays. I'm just not that kind of girl right now. We'd love to move, and that's part of it is I hate to buy decor for this house, and then we move and it doesn't work. When it comes to the holidays, I just don't get that into them. They make me feel kind of like cluttery and almost give me anxiety to over decorate for. Honestly, a lot of our decorations are from my parents or my husband's parents. We've bought a few, but we've kept it very, very minimal over the years. Coffee, smoothies, or like gas station food and snacks, Polar Pops, things like that. I don't get any of it. You don't need it. Some of it I will make at home. I don't drink coffee, but like smoothies, I'll make at home on the occasion. When it comes to the gas stations, if it's a just daily trip in town, I don't go in. I use my credit card and I don't go inside gas stations. Now, if we are on a road trip and we need to stop, we might get gas. I might take my kids in to go potty. We don't get snacks. We're not like, oh, it's a road trip, get them a snack. No, we don't do it. So I never buy things at gas stations, like pretty much ever. Now, taking gas station snacks to in the home. So in our pantry, we don't have individually packed snacks. I don't buy them. I can think of one off the top of my head and it's Rice Krispie treats. That might be it. I don't like to buy individual package, and I will buy a bulk size of like pretzels, animal crackers, and on the go, I'll put them in a Tupperware container or a Ziploc baggie, and I'll make it work like that. But overall, we try to like limit snacking and try to make proper meals when possible. Okay, getting things off Amazon immediately because you think you need it. Sort of like impulse shopping, or like, oh, we really could use that, and you get it. Oh, we really could use that, and you get it. Do you have Amazon packages coming once a week? Because we do not. We will at Christmas time, we'll have a whole bunch, but throughout the year, we probably get one package a month, maybe even less than that sometimes. And honestly, we're really excited usually when we do have a package. If you don't have excitement for your packages, you're probably getting too many packages. Expensive birthday cards. So I have this card box and I buy cards in bulk, kind of, not like crazy bulk, but I keep them in here, keeps them tidy, organized, and then I'm not having to run out and buy like a $4 birthday card. I keep a lot of blank note cards here in the front, and then I have a bunch of like juvenile birthdays, meaning for all the cousins. So I keep the blank note cards, like I said, birthday cards for cousins, and then I'll try to keep some for baby showers, weddings, and graduations, like high school or college graduations. Those are probably the most frequent cards that I'm sending to people. My point being is I don't buy expensive cards, mostly for birthday, but for any holiday or season, I get them at Dollar Tree, and usually you can get 2 for $1. So 50 cents on a card. I think they're cute cards. I think they're really nice. So they're good enough for me at 50 cents a pop. We do not buy gift shop toys. So if we go to the zoo or say like Disney on Ice, pictures are the memories. The experience, watching it, that is the memory. You don't need a stuffed animal to remember it by. And if you do, I think you're sending the wrong message to your kids. Okay, and I think you're setting them up for failure thinking they always need something everywhere they go. Clothing. Now, I'm not going to say we don't buy any new clothing. We do, of course. But I'm very comfortable buying my clothing at Goodwill. You may not be. When it comes to my kids, I do Once Upon a Child a lot. That's a thrift shop in our area with kids' clothing. Do they get some new clothing? Yes. But do they get all new clothing? No. We do hand-me-downs, of course, but we also buy secondhand when we do need to buy. Okay? You don't need all your clothing to be bought new. Cleaning refill products. So when it comes to cleaning, I'm definitely making efforts to pare down. When my husband bought this house, the people left a ton of cleaning supplies. There's some I still haven't used. I hang on to them because I feel guilty getting rid of them. But I'm trying not to buy new stuff. I'm trying to use what we have and find ways to have less like waste with it and be a little more sustainable. So maybe switching it out for vinegar or getting rid of some of the paper products. I use microfiber cloths. They were a splurge for me. I asked my husband for them. I said, I really want to get these microfiber cloths. I think they'll make a positive impact in our home. So we use them, of course, for dusting. I will attach them to our Swiffer, so I don't buy Swiffer refills anymore. I use them in place of paper towels when I'm Windexing mirrors and windows and things. I will use the microfiber cloth instead of paper towels. So trying to limit that paper waste, but also limit buying those refills because that stuff gets you. If you're buying a pack of Swiffer refills every other month, that's just more on your grocery bill. Kitchen gadgets. I don't buy a lot of kitchen gadgets. I do a lot with a knife and a cutting board. Okay. Like for instance, the grape cutter. They've been super popular in the last few years. If you have 8 kids and they eat grapes every day, you need a grape cutter. But if you just have one kid, get out a cutting board and just cut those grapes. It's not going to kill you. Okay. So I don't buy a bunch of specific gadgets that do one job. Now, I am trying to make more food from scratch, so I do feel that in the future I may need to get certain gadgets to help me accommodate that. Like I'd love to get into gardening and canning more. Again, ideally next home where there's more space. But I do recognize if that happens, I may have to invest in some more kitchen gadgets and items. But for the most part, I really keep it limited. And I definitely do not overconsume when it comes to kitchen gadgets. Fruit snacks. I have issues with fruit snacks and my kids get to eat them. I'm not saying they don't, but I will never go to the grocery store and just buy them and keep them in my pantry. Why? Like, why would you do that? I can't relate to that at all. To me, they are misnamed fruit snacks. They're not snacks. They're candy. And that's fine. My kids have candy as well. But when your kid is hungry, giving them this little pouch with 8 gummies in it, that's not filling them up. It's not helping cure their hunger. It's just giving them candy. I can't with them. I feel like they're expensive. Okay, so my kids, when do they get fruit snacks? Birthday parties, holidays. Like my kids got a couple for Halloween. Great. They got to eat them. No big deal. I'm not buying them though. You know what I mean? And maybe that sounds crazy, but I don't want them in my pantry. I don't want them to be a daily for my kids. And I know a lot of people, it's a daily. Moms have them in their purses. Not us. That's not our thing. I just feel like those are terrible for their teeth as well. And just, that gummy getting in their molars and giving them cavities. And I'm definitely not trying to pay for cavities for my kids. Along the lines of food and kid stuff, pouches, like veggie and fruit pouches. My kids did not use those when they were little. Now they're a little older and we definitely don't need them. I think they're not necessary. I did purees, but I didn't do them in a pouch. I think people started doing pouches with good intentions of they're great, fruits and veggies on the go. But then they started eating 5 pouches a day and then they won't eat real fruits and veggies because the texture and this and that. I'm going to do a whole video on pouches and why we don't do them, but that's an expense that has always been off of our list. Something I do not spend my money on is eating out for lunch. So I have now been done nannying and I've been at home for about 6 months. In that time, I've ate out once for lunch. Went to Qdoba. It was delicious, but I eat at home. I choose to do that. I make that conscious choice because I'm not bringing any income in right now, so I don't need to be blowing it and spending it on lunch. I'm perfectly capable of cooking, and honestly, I'm kind of a homebody if I'm being real. Yeah, I really, really limit eating out. Now, I will say, I ate one time by myself. There may have been a couple times where I met up with a friend or my sister. That type of situation is more of a social thing versus me just choosing to eat out because I'm being lazy. I feel like that's a little bit different. But either way, both are still very, very limited. Pre-chopped fruits, veggies, things like lettuce for salad. If you're at home, you got to chop it yourself. Now, if you're working and you can't afford these things, go for it. If that's where you're at in life, that's okay. Not everybody's on here to save money. If your goal is to save money, this is one for you. If your goal is more so like decluttering and not having as much stuff in your house, buy those pre-chopped veggies and fruit. That's on you and your budget, okay? But for me and my budget, I do not choose to do that. I take the time, and instead of meal prepping, as some people do, this would be more of food prepping. It's chopping my onions, chopping up strawberries, chopping up those grapes, prepping the food for the week that can complement snacks and meals. Okay, so it's food prep, not meal prep. Having multiples of certain things. Now, this could be items, it could be experiences. I'm talking right now things like we have Netflix, we don't have Disney+. We have a pass to our local children's museum. We do not have a pass to the zoo. You don't need to have a pass to every single thing. You don't need to have a subscription to every single thing. Okay? Limit yourself. One thing at a time. Now, this one may be a little bit controversial to the women who like to make themselves look gorgeous. I limit my hair and makeup products. First of all, I don't choose to use a lot of them. And then aside from that, partially, I just don't care. So should I probably use better moisturizers and creams on my face? Yes. Should I use a heat protectant before I straighten my hair? Yes. But I don't color my hair, so I feel like my hair can handle it. I just don't choose to wear a lot of makeup and a lot of things. I pretty much do my eyes and call it a day. And the fewer items you use and the less frequent you use them, they're going to last longer. If you're constantly buying a setting spray, a heat protectant, a hairspray, a dry shampoo, it adds up. The more things you have and the more quickly you burn through them, the more money you're spending to replace them. So I keep it minimal when it comes to myself and my cosmetics, I guess you could say. Frozen pizza. I don't buy frozen pizza anymore. The price has just continued to go up. I learned how to make it myself. I make the dough, I let it rise, I roll it out, and I cut it in half, and I make 2 pizzas. I make one for myself, one for my husband. I've actually started to get pretty good at it, and I'm pretty comfortable doing it. Now, at first, did I maybe accidentally glue the dough to my cookie sheet? Pretty much, yeah. I was scraping it off. It didn't go well the first couple times, but I have gotten so much better and so much more confident, and I think it is so good. I'm genuinely proud of myself on this one, on learning to make something from scratch, and I want to continue to get better in that department. And finally, the last thing I don't buy and I don't buy into are trends. I don't own a Stanley Cup. I'm still on a Yeti, and I love my Yeti. Like the Dyson hair wrap blow dryer thingy. I don't have one of those. Or even the heatless curl things you sleep in. I've thought about it. I still haven't got one. I don't just order off Amazon. I wait, I think about it. And honestly, you know what I'm still using? Blow dryer, straightener, and a curling wand. I had all 3 of these things at college. But my point being, I don't get the latest and greatest new thing. I see if I can make do without it, and then the trend will leave, and nobody cares. Nobody cares that I don't own a Stanley Cup. When it comes to these items and not purchasing them, maybe your reason is to save money. Maybe your reason is to be more sustainable, or maybe your reason is to be a little more minimalistic and intentional with your purchases. If that is your goal, I have 10 things for you to declutter and just creating that more peaceful and organized home. So if you're interested in checking out that video, it will be popping up on the screen right now. And if you don't see it yet, it will be linked in the description. I hope to see you there.